Test. Test, 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 test. Test. Test, 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 test. Test, 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 test. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Dude, I don't know. Test, test. Hello, hello. No, 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 no. I just want to join.
How's that? Still have an echo, or are you good?
Test. Oh, I'm good.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Cool.
Okay.
Yep.
Did you do anything?
Nope.
On your end? Huh. Okay.
Nope.
Well, I'm glad it fixed. All I did was turn down my input volume, or my mic sensitivity, basically. I mean, I don't know if that... I don't think that would have changed anything, but... Anyways. Okay. Have you started the game yet? Or you were asking about settings. That's right. Okay.
Yeah, I just accepted all the default settings.
Yeah, toggle, auto lock on,
So I
auto
can always
target
change it
on.
later, I think.
Manual allows for manual control of aiming of yeah, I think I'm default on most of this. I don't even I'm not even aware of some of these options. Manual control of aiming of large weapons when locked on. That would be awful. Yeah, I'll have that off. With it, obviously you saw prioritize frame rate. You'd want that one to be on.
Yeah, I picked that one. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm at the character base screen. Doesn't really tell me a whole lot about,
No,
the
it doesn't.
options for everyone. So
I'll tell you, yeah. So I can tell you, I'll be happy to share things that really have no impact on the game. Will only help you, which is that the character classes mean pretty much nothing in this game. They establish the base stats that you're starting out with, but those stats.
Yeah.
So I guess they establish your stat floors. You won't be able to go any lower than those, but your stats are gonna bloom as you level up, right? Those starting stats are gonna be insignificant in the grand scheme of things. So I guess the starting equipment could be relevant to you. You know, whatever equipment you think. Like if you were planning on playing, agile, dexterity kind of style, or more like huge weapon, strength build, or something more magic based. Like you can do those. Those would kind of be how you'd select the start, but it's really not a huge choice as long as to drive home. You could pick like a warrior, like a strength build, and then decide to go magic and later, and it would have no. You could definitely do that.
What does the attributes mean? So the vigor is obviously HP, I believe.
Yeah.
Right. So what's mind? Is that like intellect?
So you can hit the or I don't know if you can at your screen, but you can hit the touchpad typically, and there's a explanation, so you can look at an explanation of everything. Maybe you have to be in the game first for that.
I see it. Okay.
But so that's good. But yeah,
HP.
vigor is health. Mind is like your magic or mana. It's also used for special abilities, so not just magic, but every weapon has a sort of a special ability that takes FP. So FP is your
So I want high intelligence and high mind if I'm going for a magic build.
If you're doing magic stuff, yes. Well, it depends. There's kind of two routes of magic in this game. There's glintstone, or there's sorcery, and there's incantations. Essentially, sorcery is intelligence, and that is typically the more just straightforward, directly offensive magic, like ranged magic, basically. And then incantations are faith. They boost incantations. And incantations can be used just as offensive abilities, but they typically cast slower. They're typically more support style magic. I don't know how to explain it. So they're kind of more support oriented and go well even with a melee build. Whereas if you go intelligence, you're kind of full in on that style of play.
Okay.
Dexterity and strength are certain weapons will scale with different stats, right? So a
Yeah.
dagger is typically something that's more of a dexterous weapon, right? So if you're
Hmm.
using a dagger, it's probably going to scale and give you more attack power as you level dexterity, whereas a hammer or something will scale with strength. So both of those kind of just raise attack power. Generally, I mean, there's other things they do, and I think it tells you that in the description of the stat, but they're basically
Okay.
just attack power boosting stats of that vary on what weapon you're using. Endurance is super
Okay.
important because equip load is very important in this game, like how much crap you can equip and carry. A higher endurance stat will allow you to carry more stuff while maintaining a medium or light load. There are 3 different load levels. There's like just a light load, a medium load, and a heavy load, right?
Yeah.
Heavy load should basically be avoided. It's really cumbersome. It's other than some really niche builds, it's really not viable. So you want to be either medium. Medium is most common because it's still very playable in medium load.
Yeah.
And you can have good armor with good defense in medium. Light load is like, yeah, if you just want to be extra agile, but you also have a lot lower defense playing that way. But so endurance will be important as you play the game and want to equip more.
So great. You just enter your name. You just whatever name you want to be displayed as. Your character's name is that showed off.
Yeah, I think it is when you summon, I think. I mean, yeah, that's it. It's basically just for multiplayer purposes. I don't think it matters anywhere else. The starting classes each start at a different level. You may have noticed that,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So, like, honestly, like, picking the one with the highest level will, like, be the biggest boost. If you care about that kind of thing, you'll start off at
Yeah.
sort of a
Yeah.
more advantageous that way. Not that it
This
not by much though. I mean, you're gonna level far beyond whatever the starting
this
levels are.
this character select screen actually has it actually has descriptions of all the characters. It
Yeah.
tells what they excel at, which I wish the last screen had that, honestly.
Well, what was the last screen?
The last screen was just the characters. It doesn't see anything about them. The next screen, because I've already picked one, the next screen
Probably go
gives
back,
you an option to
right?
change it. No, the next screen gives you the option to change it, but it actually shows you the same screen but with much more detail. Like the vagabond is a knight exiled from their homeland to wander. Solid armor-clad origin. The warrior is technique based. The hero, I guess the hero apparently doesn't really say much about that. But the bandit excels at ranged combat with bows. The astrologer is an heir to the school of glintstone sorcery. The prophet is well versed in healing incantations. The samurai is a capable fighter, handy with the katana and longbow. Not really sure how much this really matters later on.
It really doesn't. That's the thing. Like all of that stuff, you can change any class to excel at anything later on. I just don't think you can
Okay.
go below the starting stats. That will establish your minimum, but that really doesn't mean much. Like, because none
What's
of
a
them are
keepsake?
incredibly high. Yeah, the keepsake. What? There's like a list of like 10 or 15 items or something
Yeah.
like that. If I remember right, it's been a while since I've done that. But yeah, I remember when I first started too. Like I had no idea what the items were. I'm like, I guess this one sounds or looks the coolest, so I picked it. Um, can you tell me which ones they are?
There's the Crimson Amber Medallion,
That's a good one.
which is increases HP. There's the Lands Between Rune,
That's trash.
Golden Seed,
That's really good.
the Fanged Imp Ashes. Do you know what that does?
Oh, that must be for summoning. Yeah, if you, that's not going to be useful in multiplayer because you can't summon spirits in
Okay.
multiplayer.
The
I
Craft
am your
Pot.
spirit. Yeah, it's not going to be that useful.
Stone Sword Key,
Nah, you'll get plenty of those.
Bewitching Branch.
Nah.
Boiled prawn,
No.
and Shibiri's Woe.
Really, you can get Shabriri's Woe to start? Isn't that the...
Yep.
Does it tell you what it does, or does it not do
It
that?
says the crazed likeness of a noble whose eyes have been gouged out attracts enemies' aggression.
Ah, there you go. Yeah, that's a talisman you'll get later on, and I've never even used it, so no. I would say you either want to get the Golden Seed, which Golden Seeds are really important throughout the game, and I really won't go into why, you'll learn as you play. But Golden Seed is good, and to start, and the Crimson Amber Medallion, you will get that as you play, but it would be kind of nice to have additional HP in the early game. That could make sense. So
Which
either
one
one
would
of
you
those.
pick, Golden Seed or Crimson Medallion?
Let me remember what Golden Seed does. I think it increases your flasks. Yeah, and I think you
Yes.
had one. Okay, probably Golden Seed, actually. Yeah, it'd be Golden
Alright,
Seed.
I went with that. So customizing my character.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. You can you can spend a lot of time on that if you wanted. You can also change it later on, so you're not locked into anything. Even like
Okay.
your cosmetics and everything. Plus, as a lot of people point out that I've seen you play this game, and me included, you're wearing armor that covers your whole body most of the time. Like you never really see your character.
That's true, yeah.
I mean, you can
That's
take
true.
the armor off, but you really, I mean, to play the game optimally, like you usually want to wear it.
Change my skin color. This is so crazy. It's pretty in-depth character selection screen.
Yep.
Adjust face template. Okay.
Yeah, I think there's some. Yeah, there's like a similar face button that I find useful. Like something like I don't know where it is exactly, but you can toggle between faces that are similar to the one you have. That way, you don't have to worry about dialing every little feature. You can let it kind of pick a face for you, and then just kind of like, oh, yeah, that one looks pretty good. Unless you want to play The Sims, then yeah, just go all out.
Wow. So it's a pretty in-depth character selection screen. Like your hair. Like there's all kinds of stuff you can change.
Are you streaming?
No. I can though.
I
fact, I will.
I'll tune into your stream if you do, so I can just kind of see where you're at until we link up. Do you stream to YouTube?
Both. I'll probably do YouTube because it saves it. Alright, it's the broadcasting.
You are.
I went with a confessor to begin.
Yeah, solid choice. I honestly, yeah, that's probably my favorite way to play the game. Although I don't use a shield, but shields are for noobs. I used one my first playthrough when I was a noob, but
Do you have to keep the shield the whole time?
no, you can switch off to yeah. Like I said, you're not locked into any. Okay, pay attention to the cutscene. Oh yeah, I should tell you now that I see you're in the game. Those messages on the ground, those are from other players, right? There's a messaging system. It's like a shared world kind of thing. Those little ghosts you see running around are also the paths of other players in other instances. So yeah, these little weird messages, I was like kind of confused at first. I'm like, are these like what is this? It's just like stupid messages people leave behind. Sometimes they're helpful, sometimes they're just trolling. Um, so yeah, you can just ignore them. You can even turn them off if you want, but I don't know. Just know what those are.
Good luck. I want to turn L2 to block. I like L1 being block. Is there a way to change that?
Uh, else, yeah. In fact, I think I
Wish.
did the same when I started, but I now I would advise against it.
Really? Why?
Uh, it just because I guess if you switch off a shield, that button is feels to me it felt weird being like because you might cast incantations and sorceries, basically. It felt like it was on the wrong button for that. But I don't know. You can change it. You can always change back. Your shield is only okay, and bloodstains that you see on the ground. Those are the death points of other people in the world. And if you follow the little phantom, when you push, triangle, it'll show you how they died.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if you see a lot of bloodstains on the ground, it's totally optional, but yeah, you can touch it and just kind of get an idea of why people were dying in that area. As you can tell in this area, it's because there's like nothing to kill you. It's just people running off the map.
Is there actual sprint in this game?
Yeah, hold circle.
Okay.
So the directional pad has all your stuff there at the bottom. You'll use that all the time to toggle between weapons and items and stuff. Yeah, like that's your seal. You'd have to use the seal to cast your healing spell there. And you can change what weapons are going to be in your right arm and your left arm. I think you could do that now if you want to check it out. I mean, not to switch, but just to kind of get an idea of how the inventory system works. Well, the game might go into that actually. I wouldn't get too ahead of yourself. Just there is a tutorial section coming up you'll want to do. Even though I skipped it accidentally the first time I played. And then they patched the game to make it like more obvious where it was. Like I didn't know it was a tutorial. I just like, oh, I don't want to go down there. Right click to lock on. Oh, got you.
It's black screen right now. Is that supposed to happen? I'm
Yes.
assuming.
Yeah. Yeah, they wouldn't throw a. They don't throw you to the wolves that easy, that quickly. Pretty quick, but not that quick. Sites of Grace, super important. found your golden seed, right? I hope so. Of course, yes. What are you doing? Yeah, all that golden seed did for you is just give you another healing flask, which is just really nice in the early game to have that. Did you see about locking on? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like super fundamental. You wanted to be doing that all the time. Nope, wrong button. Oh yeah, jump attacks. Definitely don't forget about that. Those are like really good in Elden Ring. Like jumping heavy attacks are really good. God ahead. Yeah, you'll want to pick up your runes on the ground there. I don't know if the game has told you anything about that, but the little thing you leave behind, I guess.
I didn't like block anything there.
We didn't have your
Maybe I didn't
shield
have my
out.
shield equipped.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
had your seal. Shields, at least the starting shield in the game, shields, even on successful block, you're gonna take chip damage, right? Like you will take some amount of damage. So blocking is easy, but also there's like a cost to it. Dodge rolling is how you ensure that you keep all of your health. So if you can, you dodge roll at the right time. But if you're uncertain, yes, blocking with the shield is still better than nothing. And blocking takes endurance. Remember to heal mid-fight too. Like if you're down and you're like one hit, it's best to run away and try and sip a flask. Get your health back. Yeah, now pick up your runes.
I use a flask again.
Yeah, they're on the bottom D-pad there. You can toggle between your Crimson Tears and your Cerulean, your red and blue gauges,
Yep.
basically. Yeah, you just hit square to use the item, to use the flask. Yeah, whatever's in that bottom slot, square is the
Okay.
shortcut to do it. So using Crimson tier flasks in boss fights is like extremely common. Like, you know what I mean? Like most
Yeah.
bosses do tons of damage to you, so finding the right opportunity, safe time to heal is like part of boss fights. Yeah, the game will probably tell you. I'm not sure, but like the way you level up is with the runes in the bottom right. You have 400 right now, so like that's especially in the early game. You want to keep your runes. When you die, you lose your runes, or rather, when you die, your runes drop on the ground, right? And you have to go back to the place you died and pick them back up to get them. If you don't pick them up and you die again, you lose them forever.
Okay.
Yeah. you may have missed it in the tutorial because it's kind of like fire hosed at you, but if you are using a shield, guard counter, actually you don't even have to use a shield. You can block with weapons too. It's just much less effective. If you block with a
Okay.
shield or anything, on a successful block, if you hit heavy attack right after you block, you'll do a guard counter, which is like a really strong attack, and it's like pretty safe. At least on like normal world enemies. You might have trouble in bosses using it, but um, yeah, just remember if you're leaning into your shield a lot, just guard counters are going to be effective. Did you get that, Grace?
I didn't use it, but yeah,
Okay,
I, I
that's fine. That's
grabbed
fine.
it.
Yeah, as long as you grab it. Yeah, remember that resting at sites of grace respawns all the enemies, right? So there's you definitely don't want to unless you have to. Which of course you will ultimately have to at some point, but the lever is just for the elevator that's in front of you.
Should I use this key?
So those little imp statues are the things that you need stone sword keys for, and they just unlock areas. You can see there's that like fog wall up.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think you have a stone sword key to use, even if you were to try to hit
Yeah, I don't.
yes. Yeah, I
I
don't think
don't.
you have one. So, and that one requires two, because there's two imp heads there without a stone sword key. So yeah, it's
Okay.
just you'll have to come back to unlock that later. Well, if we even do it. Like I said, there's a lot of optional areas in this game. Um, our run is the deal was just to do the remembrance bosses, which is still going to cover
Hmm.
most of the game. But some of these like catacombs dungeons, which is kind of like what you start in, like kind of underground with like the white flames on the wall and stuff. There's quite a few dungeons like that, and those are pretty much all optional. Oh, that little note on the screen, you're gonna want to push triangle to clear. Yeah, it looks like okay, you just did. Because like actually, when it's on the screen, you can't do like certain actions, and it's like really annoying. Sometimes if that note pulls up and you're in the middle of a fight, like it will get you killed.
How do I
Oh,
move
just
this thing?
just step on the elevator. You don't need the lever. The lever brings it down. There's a platform. How
Oh, okay.
all elevators in this game basically function this way. There's like a little yeah, you step on the plate on the elevator and it'll work. Okay, you're pretty much right where I'm standing. So we could link up at this point, but you need to get the crafting kit, which is I'll tell you where it is. It's like in that building right in front of you. Yeah, you'll want to with all NPCs in this game, you'll want to continue to talk with them to exhaust their dialogue. Um, like until yeah, keep talking until they start to repeat the same like voice line. Then you know you've exhausted
Hmm.
their dialogue. I don't know why they do it that way, but yeah, you'll want to do that if you want to fully explore what they have to say or do for you.
All right, what thing am I supposed to grab? You'll need.
Yeah, you got that grace, right? I just can't ever remember if you got it. Make sure to grab the grace, and then there's a like a broken church-looking building right behind White Mask Vare there. Go to that. Go to that building. You see what I'm talking about?
See two.
Well, yeah. I'm a little bit delayed on your view, but I'll try to guide you. Go to the right, like you're going towards the that. Yeah, there's these structures in the ground, not those, not these square-looking things. To your right, it's like an actual like church-looking building. Yeah, you're on the right path. Just towards right a little bit more. Now you're headed like towards the water, not towards the water. Nope, nope. There, you can see the steeple, kind of like.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, just go in there, and you should. Someone will flag you down.
All right, what am I buying?
The crafting kit. Should be that thing for 300, I think.
Okay.
And so from there, what you have to craft. Go ahead and yeah, purchase it. I'm a little behind you, but purchase it and open your. Let's see. Open push start. Go to inventory, or actually go to item crafting rather. Uh, and let me see what that menu looks like for you. Yeah, so the Furl Calling Finger Remedy, that's what you have to craft, and it requires, yeah, so I see it on the first screen there. It requires just Erdleaf flowers. That's all you need. It requires 2 Erdleaf flowers. They grow all over the land. You'll have to go find and pick your first 2, but once we link up, we can share items, and I'll give you basically an unlimited supply, so it won't be an issue. That's super important. Strengthening armaments is really important in this game. so smithing stones will be important. The good news is they're pretty plentiful, right? Um, but yeah, you'll want to get them. So I think so. There should be a path like on the ground somewhere, kind of where that big knight is patrolling. If you go away from the knight and not towards it, sort of into this forest-looking area, there should be plenty of Erdleaf flowers in that forest. But you're going backwards. You're going the way you came from. I mean, you still might find some. I'm just saying that I think,
Past the church, you're saying?
yeah, go past the church. There's the castle on the cliff, um, and then the Erd tree on the right-hand side of where you're going. Yeah, there you go. There's you picked up a row of fruit, but yeah, you'll want to scavenge like that. But for you just need 2 Erdleaf flowers. And yeah, if you go past the church, there should be like kind of like a lot of trees. They should be around there. Yeah, there's one. Good.
Keep finding this fruit.
Yeah. Oh, I think you just passed one. I think. But it might be harder for me to tell you to go get it. You might just want to keep looking, because I don't know. It would be hard for me to guide you to it. Go into the woods out there, past the water you keep moving around. Yeah, those like autumn looking trees. Yellow trees. Yep, there's one. I just saw you pass one. There's another one. Yeah, you go. No, that's a row of fruit. Never mind. But I think you did pass one. Just keep looking around this area, in the forest.
There it is. Found it.
All right,
Now what?
now you should be able to fast travel, right? Pull up your map and see if you should just be able to fast travel back to the Grace, the first step that you started at, basically. when you entered Limgrave. Or you never got it. Yeah, that's what you should have got. You never got that grace. You can either walk back or you can fast travel to Stranded Graveyard and just go pick it back up, you know? Oh, and you never got the grace with the merchant either. Yeah, you should just walk back to get. You missed 2 graces. Definitely grab the graces as you see them, for sure. And they're pretty visible because, like, the light, you know, there's like this white swirly effect around it. Go back to the church that you came from with the merchant. There should be one in there. In fact, I can just meet you there if you get that one. Oh, I don't think they mentioned this, or if they do, it's not very visible. Can you pull up your map one more time? Because, like, how to unlock the map, there's a little, like, tablet-looking thing. You know, you can see the kind of the road, the outline of the roads, but on the map, when you pull it up, there's that, like, an icon that you have visibility of, and you should go to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's how you'll unlock the map, which is super useful. So when you're in a new area, that is like high priority to get the map visible. But okay.
All right.
Yep.
Just saying, go back to the church I came from.
Yep. Just grab the grace. Okay, now from here, I should be able to meet you there. So let me fast travel there.
Do I need to rest at it to get it to use it, or?
No, you don't have to. You can if you want, but no. So what we do from here now is well, let's see.
So now I
First,
just
go to
I craft the
yeah.
furling finger.
Yeah, you're right. Craft that first. Okay, so that's step 1. Go to the multiplayer menu in the start. You know, the options, the pause menu. I want to see what yours looks like. Yeah, so the tarnished furled finger is what I use, and that's what you put down if you want to be summoned to somebody else's world, right?
Yeah.
And you have unlimited of those to do that. It's the furl calling finger remedy. If you're summoning somebody else, you have to have those. So
Thanks, Enver.
so back up, because there's another. Let's see. I think we want to set up. We want to make sure. Yeah, let's set a multiplayer password. You can name it whatever you want. So hit triangle for that. I think while you're in this menu.
Just for us right now.
Yeah, that way
Or forever.
Well, pretty much it'll stay that password until you change it. So yeah, it'll be so that we can play together without. If you don't have a password and you pop that furl calling finger, you might just get rando summon signs, right? This is a way to ensure that we're just keeping the session private, basically. You know what I mean?
Okay. What password?
It can be anything. I don't know. Say Ford Mustang or something. Whatever you want.
Oh, it's too long. Never mind.
GT
All right.
2017. Okay.
That's it, right?
Yeah. Well. All right. Hang on. Okay. So now I set my password to that, so that we'll keep the session private, basically. Now, the best success I've had, because it takes some time to like link up. Sometimes the best success for this is just the proper order. Is I'm going to put my summon sign down first. And then I will tell you, like right now, okay, I put my summon sign down. Now you should activate your throw calling finger remedy. And I would encourage you actually to like essentially hotkey it. Let me remember how to do that. If you go to
How do I
your
activate it?
yeah, go to your so it's not an item crafting. Go to your equipment in the start menu. Or actually, wait. The better way to do it is pouch. Or well, you can do it this way too. Okay, you see those slots down at the very bottom where your flasks are?
Yeah.
You could probably you can fill whatever you want in those slots, and then you'll just have to toggle. It's honestly probably not the. I actually want to discourage you from doing that because in the heat of battle, you're not going to want to be toggling through and seeing that throw calling finger remedy. You just want your flasks very quickly. So actually, I would say this: hit the touchpad, or no, hit the start button to go back to the pause menu, and just okay. Now at the right side of the pause menu, you see where it says pouch?
Yeah.
You should be able to assign items to your pouch there, and you can see there's a D-pad direction for each one of those top 4 slots. So pick any of those, doesn't really matter. No, you're about to use whatever item was in that spot. Memory, yeah. So pick an empty spot, like probably down or whatever you want. The down D-pad.
Okay.
And then yeah, you'll have to put the throw calling finger remedy in that slot. So I think push X. Or why does it not show for you? Oh yeah, no. Hit sorry, triangle. Switch. That it says switch. Hit triangle.
This one?
Yeah, and then browse to your throw calling finger remedy and hit X, right?
Yep.
Okay, and if it's assigned, then hit circle out of there. Okay, now to quickly activate your pouch, you just hold triangle. Just hold triangle, and it will try to change your D-pad in the bottom left. You see how it changed?
Yeah.
There you go. That's how you can quickly use that item, or any other item you come across. Now that sign on the ground, that should be me. You see the gold summon sign there? Yeah.
Yep.
So you just summon me in. And while I'm being summoned, you're free to, you can do like whatever. You should know that, yeah, while the way it works, this is what pissed server off, is when we're playing co-op, we can be invaded, right? Like other players can invade us and actually fight us.
Yeah.
And so there will be many times, especially while you're starting, invaders might come in and wreck our day, right? But like, okay, we'll just resummon each other and just go grab your runes. The good thing is it's always 2-on-1. When an invader comes in, it's never more than 1. So like once you get better, they shouldn't pose too much of a threat.
They're outnumbered, so it's just you, basically
Yes.
you and me against one person.
Yes.
Oh, that's like no big deal then.
Right. I mean,
So
yeah.
and we can fight them at the same time, right?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
why. And you can even do 3-player multiplayer, right? And with 3-player, it's still one invader. It's hilarious how the invaders get ganged up on when it's 3-on-1.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it'll be 2-on-1 here. I will say it can still be annoying because a lot of the NPCs, the enemies in the world, will not target the invader, and so they'll try to like go hide inside of like a boss or something, to try and like bait you into it and just kind of stall your session. It's kind of annoying, but yeah, I mean it's still kind of a fun like mix up. Honestly, like I still think I like it.
It's not so
overall.
bad. Like it would really suck if it was just me and you against like 2 experienced players. But if they're outnumbered, I don't really see what the problem is because they should always lose, right?
Well, I mean, they will. There's a very good chance they kill you if they target you. I mean, I'll do my best to protect you, but they might use range a lot. Like there's some range weapons. There's a lot of like cheese strategies some people use, and you're not gonna even understand the items and stuff that they're using while you're starting.
Yeah.
So I would just expect to lose a few times, like to them. It's no big deal. Oh, before we move on, let me give you all the flowers, because that way you'll have an unlimited supply and won't have to search for them anymore. go. 586. That's what I have. So leave. Wow. Oh, R1. Okay. I'll just give you 400. Alright, they should be on the ground for you now. Just pick them up.
Okay.
Alright. So, in fact, I would say just go ahead and craft yourself a bunch of those fur-calling finger remedies. I think you can hold up to like 99. Or maybe even more, I don't know. But there's no other real use for those early flowers. It's the main purpose of them, is just craft those things.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I think we're just ready. I'm letting you lead the way here. It's a whole world now. If you have any questions, just ask. Yeah, when you're in multiplayer, the enemies actually do get more HP, right? To balance out the fact that there's two of us.
The 2 players.
Yeah. If what was I gonna say? If I die, then you can continue to play, and you just have to resummon me. If you die, then I get booted from the world, and you know you respawn in. So it's
So
more costly
it's kind
if
of a
you
pain,
die,
then.
right? Yeah, dying is a pain for sure. I mean it's not that bad, but yeah, you don't want to die. Now you can expect to die at bosses, but that's not so bad because we'll just link up right outside of like the fog
Yeah.
wall, basically. You know, and just keep trying the boss as many times as we need to. And you might remember what the tutorial said about two-handing. Just if you are, just remember that that's a thing. I totally missed it when I played my first time. But if you hold triangle and then push the attack button on a certain hand, you'll two-hand your weapon. So some weapons that's more of a benefit, like a greatsword or something. For what you have now, I mean, single-handing is fine. But I think it boosts your damage by 50%, it said.
It's quite a bit.
Which, honestly, that's like kind of sus. Like, I don't think that applies to all weapons, in my experience. Jeez, I am not... Okay, yeah. Okay, see how I just did a critical? We broke his stance, right? You weren't... It tells you about it in the tutorial. Ow! It tells you about it in the tutorial, but I was never able to... Or you weren't able to do it. If you poise break an enemy, you can just walk up to them very calmly and hit the light attack button, and you'll do an attack that does a ton of damage. Critical. Dude, my sword is not doing... Oh, like, yeah. My sword is not doing that much damage. It really, like, downscaled me to match you, I guess. Interesting. I'm making a point to not upgrade my weapon beyond where you're at. So if you're level 1, I'm going to stay level 1. And if you level up, I will too. Because, like, leveled up weapons will make it really easy. Like, if I brought level 10 weapons in here, it would not be a good experience. Oh, yeah, that's the map thing. I don't know if that's where you were trying to head, but good thing we're here.
Bro, get the garbage out of here. You're not calling anyone.
He was about to, yeah. Oh, bro, watch out for this guy. Holy crap, I'm doing nothing. Oh, they're coming. Oh, I'm pretty sure when we're in multiplayer, also another sort of pain I'm just now remembering, is that you cannot rest at sites of grace. So if you need to rest, I have to leave your world, and you'll have to resummon
It's
me.
awesome.
But you know, you'll be at a site of grace, so it'll be very easy to just. I'll know exactly where to put my sign back down, but do have to do it.
No.
I am doing just about nothing to these guys. This is kind of. I wonder why.
Well, I'm reviving.
I'll put my sign down at the church. Because I think that's the. I don't think you got the next grace. So.
Wait. Well, you're. Goodbye.
Yeah, so just remember to pop another furrow calling finger when you want to summon me. Sometimes I forget to do that step.
It's down.
I'm the one who puts the sign down. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Now I have to go pick up my runes, right?
Yes, you'll want to do that. You haven't unlocked the ability to level up yet, actually, but it's very soon in the game.
Where were we? We're up here, right? We died?
Did you get the map or no?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Your rune should be on the compass. That little compass up at the top. You know, the horizontal line. If you just spin around, you should see a rune marker. You know, like the little 3. I don't even know what to call it, but.
Yep.
So that can guide you back to your runes, as well as the touchpad map will. Yeah, although you don't have it unlocked, it should still show up. And you can put waypoints down on your map, which will then show up on your compass.
Okay. I got him.
You see the side of grace out there? Swirling? Like, see, you can
Where?
see them from pretty far away. Sort of near that gate on the left,
yeah.
the side of grace.
Yeah.
So, you can unlock them while we're together, you just can't rest at them. I'll have to leave your world for that, when you need to do that.
Okay. So L1 gives me health. Man,
That's your no. So you have a seal. I have a seal too. And then your top D-pad toggles between your incantations. You, as Confessor, have a heal and that Assassin's Approach. You know what I'm talking about? You have 2 incantations. Like if you pause and go to status, if you pause and hit the status key, you'll see all your spells in the memory slots, right? You start out with just 2, and that class starts out with 2 incantations. So if you want to heal, you'll have to toggle to the heal incantation. It should be your top directional pad when you have your seal equipped. So see, I have one too.
Okay.
And now we're buffed. And that took like all my FP. It's downgraded me so much.
I
Oh,
found the
yeah.
map.
Okay, good. They blew the horn. They're all going to be coming. Bigger enemies have higher poise, which means they won't get staggered sometimes if you're wailing on them. Like, poise is it's a property of this game. Like, bosses basically have, almost all of them have such high poise that they'll never get, like, flinch by your attacks. There are exceptions. Some bosses will actually flinch to your attacks, but that is the exception. Cool. We beat the big baddie. Oh, I should probably tell you this. So if you pull up your map, you should have Gatefront Ruins on it, which is where we are right now. We're in these ruins where we just killed all those guys.
Yep.
In every single one of these ruins, there's always a loot buried underground, one of them. And I'm standing right next to it, so you might as well just see kind of like what you get from this one. But know that, yeah, all the ruins will have there's almost always enemies in them, and there's a purpose for killing them if you're seeking the loot there. Down there.
You got a whetstone knife and a storm stomp, whatever that is.
Yeah, so that's an Ash of War, which basically just it's like this. Like my special ability here, this is a unique weapon, but you can apply like some sort of unique ability to a weapon. Like right now you have square off, I think. If you hit your skill button when I was watching your stream, you do that stance. That ability is like a stance, and then you like use either a light or heavy attack out of it. Okay, that's actually a super good ability. Actually, now that I see it, I've seen people use that one. Yeah, you should definitely try that on some guys. It's a very heavy attack, lots of damage, lots of poise damage.
Okay.
So yeah. Here, I want you to rest at this grace. I'm gonna leave your world for a second. I'll meet you right back here. Because I think there's a story beat if you need to rest at a grace. They don't expect you to multiplayer this fast, I think.
Okay.
So I leave. You can also kick me with one of the multiplayer items just for future reference.
Does it really matter what choice I do here, I guess?
I'm pretty sure you have to take her. I don't know.
You can refuse. It's an option.
I think if you refuse, she'll like eventually either make you accept or maybe she'll leave and the next time you rest you'll get another chance. I mean you have to level up, so I don't know. I've never tried not to. Why? How could you reject her? Why would you do that? Yeah, vigor is really useful in the early game, and that's the only hint or suggestion I will give you. But just it's always a good choice to go with vigor, unless you feel like you're playing pretty well. You could skip it, but There you go. Yeah, you can equip Ashes of War at Sites of Grace. Yes. Yeah. So right now you can see you have that, what is it called? Go to your sword. Square off is your ability. I think it's standard in that weapon. But you can switch that to the Storm Stomp if you wanted. And there's so many in this game, I don't know all of them and how they function. You just have to experiment. I do know that Square Off with that heavy attack is really good. But, yeah. Oh, the affinity is kind of a minor thing, but to maximize your damage, you just want to pick an affinity that corresponds with sort of how you're speccing your stats. So, like, if you're going for dexterity, let's say, there's an affinity called Keen, and that's what you would want to pick.
What area again?
Oh, go back to your Ashes of War. Yeah, Ashes of War. And
Okay.
yeah, apply it to your weapon. So, like right now, like so for Storm Stomp, if you push X like you're gonna apply it, but don't, there you go. You see you can do standard or quality. And if you look at the attribute scaling section, when you toggle between standard and quality, that's what's really important. So if you go quality, your dexterity scaling goes to D, so that improves, and your strength stays at D, but it is red, so it diminishes a little bit. So if you had a dexterity build, for the affinities you have available to you right now, you would want quality, right? Because that more heavily relies on dexterity. For now, it doesn't really matter, standard or quality. I mean, whatever makes sense for your stats. It's just based on, and you can see how it affects the damage values under attack power. So yeah, your goal is just maximize your attack power. But yeah.
Will Storm Stomp replace that heavy attack that I have, or is it just an enhancement to it?
It will. You can only have one Ash of War on your weapon. So yep. I'm almost certain your heavy attack's better, but you know, it's not super flashy, so you're definitely welcome to experiment with all sorts of different abilities and stuff.
Can I take Storm Stomp off if I don't like it?
Yeah, you can toggle between them at Sites of Grace at any time. It costs nothing to apply or remove Ashes of War. You do only have Ashes of War actually physical items though, so you only have one of that Storm Stomp. You can't apply it to a whole bunch of different weapons. Once you apply it to a weapon, it's on that weapon until you remove it, you know.
All right.
Yeah, just be aware that you can't ride your horse in multiplayer when we're summoned together.
Okay.
So yeah, it makes traversing a little bit slower, a lot bit slower, but that's how it is. For your own sake, though, you may want to figure out how to activate your horse, because there will be times if we die and get separated, you may want to gallop to the closest, you know, like Site of Grace or something like that.
Yeah.
Just tell me where to put my sign down when you're ready.
Huh. Where do I get that from?
Are you trying to figure out the horse?
Yeah.
She gave you the spectral steed whistle. It's an item, so if you just go to, there you go, inventory, that little ring looking thing, you'll want to hotkey it probably to your pouch. I usually map it to my up D-pad, so you just hold triangle and push up, and that'll summon my horse. Just like how you did the furl calling finger remedies, if you remember that. So hit start and go over to the pouch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you gotta map it first, and then hit triangle on whichever one you want to swap out or add to.
Okay, that's how you do it. Alright. This horse is fast, man.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm
And it
down
can
with it.
double jump, by the way, so it allows you to get over wedges and rocks and stuff vertically too, that you might not be able to very easily on foot.
How do you get down?
Just hit the spectral steed whistle shortcut again. So hold triangle and push the button.
Okay.
If you're in full sprint while you do it, you'll like seamlessly jump off of it too. So I like learned that recently.
Okay.
Oh, all right. You have to tell me. I'm watching you though, so I saw you popped your finger. So I'll put my sign down.
Yep.
And it, so did you just disable it right there, or did you do it again? When your finger's active, it'll be going. Can you hold triangle just so I can see? Yeah, okay, it's active. Yeah, so you just have to wait for my sign to appear. This is why, like, the order that has the most success for the sign to show up the quickest is wait for me to put my sign down and then you pop your finger.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it will work this way. It just sometimes it takes longer for whatever reason. Yeah, there's my sign. So, what are you
Okay.
thinking? Where should we head?
See how close the Erd tree is. And here we go. The world looks very believable.
The world looks believable? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, very immersive.
Oh, okay. I was like, it's pretty like fantasy. So
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know. Oh. These little geysers right here are you have to have your horse to use them. So that kind of sucks for multiplayer. I'm
Yep.
just now realizing. But yeah, they can like boost you up to cliffs and stuff. So
Okay.
unfortunately, if we're together, we can't use those. But if you really need to use one, I can back out and meet you later. Just FYI. I will say there's never like a time you have to use them. It's just a shortcut for some areas.
Ghoul doing up there?
So just FYI, if you check your map, you can usually see like roads or paths. Not saying you have to be on the path, but there's usually the path is usually following a path usually leads you somewhere. I'll just say that. But there's also
Okay.
plenty of stuff off the path too. Do you hear that screaming?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see that thing down there, yeah. There's a lot of them.
Yep. Kind of goes without saying, but especially your first playthrough. Holy crap! I just fell off the cliff. It's okay. I can get back. Kind of goes without saying, but you know, when it's your first time playing and you have no idea how powerful enemies are or what they're gonna do to you or anything like that, you're gonna want to cash in your runes and be at a pretty low rune amount, you know, just in case you die, or have some way to retrieve them easily. You know what I mean?
Is there a way to keep your... Like, how exactly do you use runes again? They're just what's underneath, like, lower D-pad, right?
No. They're for leveling up. And buying things at merchants. That's their only purpose in this game is to level up at sites of grace, or to buy things at merchants. And honestly, leveling up, you're going to spend way more runes leveling up than you will buying things. Generally. Just saying, if you think you have a large amount of runes, I'd advise you to go level up before you dive into an enemy encounter is all. That's all I'm saying.
I'm like nothing to that thing at all. I tickled him basically right there. Guessing that's one of the more stronger world enemies, at least in the beginning.
No, not necessarily. He's got a weak point. I'll just say that. Some enemies are straightforward, others not so much.
Those bears.
Yep.
Can't really get to him from here, unfortunately.
These guys are so tanky.
What are these things?
I don't know, but they look like slugs or something. Yeah, my seal is like +10. It's like really overpowered, so I'm not trying to use those. But I think that enemy wasn't gonna kill us. So.
Yeah.
If you want to go in there, I'll have to back out. But I would encourage you to. Yeah, there's a site of grace in the. Whoops. What the heck was that? Yeah, go through that door and get the grace. Yeah, there's certain parts. So I guess there's certain parts in the world where we have to split up. I mean, we can relink right on the other side of the fog wall. Basically, there's just a lot of disconnecting and reconnecting, which is part of the flaw of the multiplayer. But you get used to it. Tell me where to meet you. It's up to you if you want to go down there or
Okay.
whatever you want to do.
Mm.
Ah, is it time? Now.
Is this a whole complex underground? Like if I choose to go in, I would have to just fight all the way through.
Um, I don't want to like ruin everything. You have to explore it. I'm respecking really quick. Because I want to try a different weapon. That one I was using was like not doing a lot of damage. Let's see. Strength.
Oh, okay. Blood loss means you bled out, I guess.
There are like certain what do you call it? Like like modifiers, like if you're poisoned or frozen or something like that. You know what I mean? Like there's
Mm-hmm.
different modifiers, and blood loss is yeah. There's like a build certain weapons and abilities inflict blood, like the blood modifier, and you'll see that bar that like builds up as you get hit. And if the bar fills, then yeah, the debuff procs. For blood loss, it's just damage. It's just yeah, you just take damage. But some other abilities have different modifiers, right? Okay, I am ready to link back up with you. When you are.
Can I summon you inside the catacombs?
Yeah, you can. Yep. Just tell me what catacomb you're at, what the site of grace is.
Just the same one that you left me at.
I don't know which one that was.
Let me
Just
go
check your map, it'll tell you. I think I know which one it was.
Murkwater Catacombs.
Yeah, okay. Alright, wait a second. Okay, my sign is down.
Blood stains here. Interesting. That was quick death. All right.
Put my sign back down. Same place.
Yep.
Okay. It's down. Surprised we haven't been invaded yet. I wonder if there's like a certain time in the game, like if you have to progress a certain amount. I don't know. It's weird.
Does it say on the screen that you're being invaded?
Yeah, it'll give you a message just like that, like invaded by blah blah blah. Oh. Uh-oh, I hear one behind us. I think.
I can't forget to get my runes.
Yep, don't forget that. Holy crap. There's gonna be 3 of them in here. Lever here, I think you need to pull it. Most of these catacombs, that's how they work. It probably says, yeah, a heavy door is open. Most of these catacombs, you're looking for that lever, and it'll open the boss door somewhere else in the area. You stepped on a. You see that?
No.
You stepped on the trap. That little plate right there. Yeah, the catacombs are kind of nasty.
Okay.
You have to watch out for traps, and these stupid guys like to, come from every corner to hit you. Little imps. See, that's another plate. Sometimes you can use them to your advantage if you know what's gonna happen. They do friendly fire too, but. See what I mean? Yep.
The blood loss, man.
My sign's down. Once you pull that lever, though, it's that door's open forever. You don't have to go back to the lever.
Okay.
Yeah, by the way, I have healing spell, so if you ever need to heal, I can heal you.
Okay.
Holy crap, that one's behind us. I can hear his stupid footsteps. Oh crap. Oh my god. tile.
I need to heal a little bit. Thanks.
There. That's literally all I have though, because I'm downgraded to your level, so like I only have enough FP for one and one flask.
That was like Hades from God of War 3.
Yeah, a little bit. Like the scarred body and everything.
Yep.
Yeah, during the animation, you won't be able to damage him.
Dang man, almost dead already.
Do you have any more flasks?
Nope.
I do very little damage. Maybe I should level up my weapon like one level. But then again, I don't want to be too strong. It's probably best I'm underpowered. My defense is really good. They don't damage me very much. Oh, right. Yeah, if you're in the middle of the attack animation, you won't get the critical. You have to just like be in a neutral animation, then R1 it. Although, as you saw, sometimes going for the critical, you can actually do more damage just like wailing on them.
Yeah.
See how the jump attack always staggers this guy? The jumping heavy? At least for me it does,
Yeah.
with my weapon. That's why jump attacks are like really good. Because you can just, you know, keep your distance and then fly in.
Yeah.
And stagger him. Yeah, if I follow up with a light attack, see, he can hammer me through it sometimes. Ow. Oh yeah, and whenever you beat a boss, it will automatically separate us.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Summon various spirits. Summoning typically consumes FP. I don't know what FP means.
That's your blue bar.
Okay.
I don't think you have the ability to summon spirits yet. In fact, I know you don't. Yeah, so make sure there should be like a chest. There should definitely, or I guess there's not a chest. You get loot from beating the boss though. You got something, right? Was it the ashes? You got an ash, spirit ash.
Maybe.
Yeah, that must be what you got. There's a bunch of various spirit ashes you can summon, which are just allies, right? That will help you. Like I said, in multiplayer you can't do it because I'm your ally, and it just won't let you summon an NPC ally in addition to human allies. But if you were playing solo, yeah, you can summon NPC
Bosses
allies.
you killed, basically.
No, not always. Although now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, a lot of them are tend to be enemies that you face or bosses.
Yeah, I went all the way back to the catacombs. So is that all for this catacomb?
Yeah, once you beat the boss, I mean, there's the catacombs. There are hidden areas and loot and stuff, but I mean, it's however deep you want to go. Most likely that was it. There's usually only one boss in a catacomb.
Summons the spirit of banished knight Ingval.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, like some of these areas, like caves and catacombs and stuff, like will be pretty dark. And if you get the chance, you should pick up a torch or a lantern or something like that, a light source, basically.
Okay.
I'll just leave it at that.
Where
Because some areas will
do
be
you want
hard
to spawn
to
in
access. Wherever you want me to. It's up to you. Depends on if you're trying to make a beeline to sort of where the game wants you to go, or that's why I asked, what your plan was. Just kind of getting in your head here. I don't know.
Alright, well I took the horse and got back up top, so see where I am.
I know we had Agia Lake North as a site of grace that we linked up at. And the merchant, the church, and Agia Lake North. I think you got Gatefront as well.
Yeah.
And now you got Murkwater Catacombs.
I just traveled the gate front. I think that's where I'm gonna call you in.
Okay. My sign is down.
I'll see you.
If it doesn't
No, I
show
see
up,
you.
okay. If it doesn't show up right away, sometimes you can turn off the Fro Calling Finger remedy and just reactivate
Turn it back on.
Yeah,
Okay.
sometimes that will work. That's so weird that the troll didn't jump down.
You say the troll didn't jump down? I don't see any troll.
Come over here to look up. Like right by this lantern and just look up at the bridge. All the way up.
Oh, that thing. Hey, he didn't I saw him earlier, so he was supposed to jump down at this fight.
Yes.
Interesting.
Holy
Interesting.
crap, my controller is completely crapping out of me. I need to switch to my black one. Yeah, I need to switch controller real quick. I mean, I think it
Alright.
won't disconnect me. Let's see. Turn off. Alright, okay. Yeah, that troll typically jumps down. I remember being like not stuck. I said, well, yeah, he definitely slowed me down my first playthrough, trying to figure out how to beat him. can also sprint while crouched for what it's worth, and it seems to have still keep you pretty quiet. I've noticed.
Just happened there. Explosive barrel. Never mind.
It's a ballista. After defeating enemy groups, your flasks are restored. I don't know if the game told you that yet. It should.
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
That's not a good sign.
It's not a good sign.
Yep.
Here, this one, I want you to rest at this one. I'm not sure if something happens, but I'll just rejoin you here if nothing happens. Sometimes when you rest, it'll say, talk to Melina. It's typically what you do sometimes at grace sites.
Yeah, the option was there.
I'll just meet you at the same site when you're ready.
Okay.
it's down.
See anything yet?
Did you repop your finger?
That would help. There's another summon sign right here too. That's interesting.
Yeah, that must be an ally for the fight. Um, Although even with NPC summons, I've noticed the boss's HP will go up. But you know, so it's up to you.
Okay.
Foul tarnished. In search of the Elden Ring. Emboldened by the flame of ambition. Someone must extinguish thy flame. Let it be Margit the Fell.
Yes, expect tag team play.
Dang.
I do like nothing to this guy. Seriously, I think I'm about to level up my sword. I'm gonna go level it up one time just to see what kind of impact that has. I don't know how it does the scaling, but I am not doing much damage. Let's see.
Now.
Okay. I'll put my son back down in the same spot.
Alright.
Just give me a second though. Alright, it's down. jumping by the ledge. I don't want to fall off. I'll let you go for the next critical because your character does more damage than me for some reason.
How do you execute that? You just do a heavy attack, charge up heavy attack?
Yeah, once they no, you do a light attack. Once the poise break happens, that sound procs will be stunned for like enough time to react to it. Just make sure you're not in the middle of a attack animation and just walk up and push light attack at very close range.
Wow, I just got knocked off the ledge.
Alright, my sign is down. At the Grace. You can have 3 people. It can be a 3-player co-op experience. Uh-oh, you about to come join?
I think Expect actually has the game, pretty sure. But I don't know how much he's played.
He says he's very briefly played it once. Now, right, R1, light attack, right up on his face. Just a little too far. Actually, I think that was a heavy attack. Yeah, you charged it. Light attack. Are you still using Storm Stomp or Square Off?
Square off.
You should definitely try to hit him with the heavy Square Off. And just check how much damage that does. And poise damage. So much.
Wow, that hit me so hard. I'm like almost dead again. Very little HP.
He can heal you once.
Alright.
him. Stop attacking. There you go. Yeah, that's pretty good damage. Bye.
So there's a way to like roll away from that attack to keep yourself from being knocked off.
Yep, every attack can be dodged. My sign is down. Are there any more map map sections to unlock like for you? I can't see your map obviously, but I don't
You
know
mean
how
in
much of
this
the map you
area?
have. Well, just like when you pull up the map, you should be able to see. There always should be one like visible where you haven't been, I think. Anyways, yeah, I only ask because like, uh, the devs have stated that Margit is supposed to be kind of a roadblock, and to new players, and you're supposed to, or at least feel no shame in actually leveling up and going elsewhere, even though this is the main path.
Well, what level are you supposed to be when you fight this guy?
I don't know. I mean, there's not any like set level to be. Just set whatever you think you can beat it. I can say that like my jumping attack does 62. That is like really low. I don't know why. So what level are you actually? I think you're like 12 or
Level 12.
13. Okay,
Yeah.
12. Yeah, I mean, I think even like 10 levels would make a big difference. I'm not telling you what to do though. If you think you can beat him, we can absolutely do him. Any boss is beatable. I'm just saying that's the thing about Elden Ring, which is different from other Souls games, is because it's open world. Whereas in previous Souls games, like a boss could be a road, like you'd be at a certain level, right? It was very linear. But in this game, the world's open, so you can go beat other bosses or just simply farm runes and level up or whatever you want to do to get stronger. So if there's a boss that's too hard, you can always, there's no reason you have to face him, that's all I'm saying. Until you're stronger.
Okay.
In fact, if you haven't yet, rest at the site of grace, because I think something might happen at this point.
Okay, teleporting to some round table.
Okay, good. That's what I expected.
I think I lost all the runes there though, so I never went back in to grab them.
Yeah, probably. Well, I mean, if there's still... Yeah, whenever you start a boss fight like that, your runes are kind of locked in. I mean, there are ways, certain items and stuff, where you can die without losing your runes, or talismans, but you don't have access to any of that. So yeah, whenever you start a boss, it's like, your runes are... You pretty much want to have your runes drained when you start a boss that you think you're probably going to have to repeat a
Yep.
lot. Yeah.
Can I just bring you in here, I'm assuming?
Sorry, say that again, what?
I can just bring you in here at some point, right?
The round table? I don't... No, there's never any reason to. It's just like a safe, like social space, if you will, right? I don't think you can summon anyone in the round table. I doubt you could even use a Fro Calling Finger Remedy. Yeah, or... I guess you can. I can't put down a sign, though. It won't let me. Be wary of edge. So that's important. The twin maiden husks that you're looking at. That's actually a merchant you can interact with. So that's important. The twin maiden husks. And so yeah, they sell a few things, but the bell bearings will. It's not. Yeah, you'll learn about those later. There's just some stuff. The memory stone. That's one that is. That's useful. It gives you another memory slot when you have the runes. That's one you might want to, if you're into incantations and stuff. That's one you'll want to pick up.
Okay.
The other really important thing, have you... Well, you're still walking around, so I'll let you... There you go. If you want to equip it, you go to equipment. There's inventory and there's equipment. Equipment is like where you put stuff on your person. Inventory is just everything you have. Although you can see, yeah, that it requires 14 strength and 16 dex. Can you go to the blacksmith and strengthen armament?
No, I don't have any. I don't have any runes.
Oh, it takes runes? Yeah, that's true, it does.
Yep.
It's usually the smithing stones you need. I was just trying to see how many you had, but I doubt you have enough. Well, and you gotta keep him... I'll stop talking here. That Baldekin's Blessing. This is the one thing that like genuinely like was really dumb and made me mad about this game. That item will cost you HP as long as you hold on to it. So and the game doesn't tell you that. So you want to use it and just get rid of it because it's actually like a debuff to your character. All it
Just
does
now?
Yeah, all it does is temporarily boost poise. It's like not even that good. And holding on to it will, yeah, you want to use it. So just get rid of it. Like you can see your HP, yeah, after you use it and it wears off, you'll see that you're missing some HP. That's how much it takes from you. Screwfia.
Where do I get more of this?
More of what?
Coliseum rules?
No calls.
Just later on, I guess.
That's multiplayer is what it is. I don't know exactly when it becomes available for you as a new player. That's like, yeah, like Coliseum multiplayer. Me, Dalton, and Dallin did it a few times. It's kind of fun. I mean, it's fun, like, for a little bit, but... I guess you don't have another map post. You have to like clear out the fog, I guess, as you walk. Looking at it.
Actually, that's a pretty good stopping point, actually. I feel like it is at least when we resume the boss.
Yeah.
It's already past, it's already midnight. Good start, though. Margaret's one of the harder bosses, you were saying, right?
Um, it really just he's hard because of how you're leveled at the time. Like if you were leveled more, he's not going to be hard anymore. But he's basically a boss to kind of tell you that turning around is okay. Because
Really?
yeah. I mean, if you head straight along the path, like we have pretty much done, and get to him, and you've only leveled up a couple times, yeah, he's designed to be basically too hard. You're supposed to level up a little bit.
Okay. What area is this? Well, Whitfield died, that's for sure.
You see a bunch of bloodstains, right?
Yeah.
Check it out if you dare. You have no runes, right? You have nothing to lose.
Yeah. I just got invaded. That's not fun.
So that's an NPC invader. There are NPCs that invade you when you're playing solo. But that's how it will look if we get invaded by an actual player when we're linked up. I remember when I got first invaded, I thought this was like, is this a real player? Like, I was really confused.
Okay. He just basically got one shot. That's nice.
Well, okay. Is Tuesday, Thursday the nights we're gonna do this?
Yeah, I think most of the time it will be. We're going on vacation. Yeah, I'll probably end the stream here. We're going on vacation. End of the week, so this week might be a little bit weird, but starting next week, it'll be pretty consistent.
All right.
Played for almost 3 hours there.